After that Mandarin lesson, I just had a really interesting thought, which has to do with listening comprehension and the speed of conversation. Now, let me explain. Hey, how's it going? Azren. Good, how about you? Nothing really. I mean, I don't really do much for Thanksgiving, but, yeah, nothing crazy really. Just a long weekend. But yeah, I wanted to give you a call because I obviously watched you teach the other day, yeah, I'd be happy to have you tutor with me. So why don't we find time to meet? We can sign the contract and go through that together, and then after that, I can take you through some of my thoughts after I watch you teach.
我觉得从25度到20度到30度，但是我们的夏天比较短。
After that Mandarin lesson, I just had a really interesting thought, which has to do with listening comprehension and the speed of conversation. Now, let me explain. A lot of people feel like when you are learning a language, that people speak quickly. They speak very fast and you're not able to understand what they're saying. And that is 100% true, at least until you're like an upper intermediate and you're used to how quickly people are speaking, right? But the other thing that we don't think about enough, and we don't talk about enough, is the speed of conversation. In other words, how quickly are you cycling through topics how quickly are other people cycling through topics when you're trying to listen and understand? You know, what happens, for example, in my Mandarin lessons, whenever I take them, generally I understand like 95% of what my teachers are saying, even though they're speaking at a pretty natural speed. They're not slowing down a ton for my benefit. Maybe a little bit, but not really that much, right? And so I'm able to understand. But the reason I'm able to understand is because they're not changing topics all that often. They're sticking on the topic that we are talking about, and so I can kind of not predict what they're gonna say, but I know the general topic, I know the general theme of every sentence they're going to say. In real life conversations, that's not typically how it works. Usually when you're talking, maybe you're grabbing lunch with like a friend or two and you're speaking a different language that's not your first language, topics are changing very quickly. You can't, it's not like you stick on one topic for a long time. 1 second you might be talking about what you did that day, and the next second, someone sees a cool little video on their phone. They're like, oh, have you seen this video? And like things are changing. And that speed of how quickly you're cycling through topics really makes listening comprehension pretty challenging in my perspective.
Absolutely. So it's a little bit of a unique scenario, but I'll give you the rundown. Basically what's going on is I run a language tutoring business. So we do English, French, Spanish, and basic Mandarin. And I'm very active on social media, so YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and you name it, I'm there. And basically a lot of my content is video content, and I've been doing my own editing for a long time. So I probably started making videos, doing editing about probably 5-6 years ago, something like that. The thing is that right now on YouTube, for example, I have a daily vlog. And what I feel like with my daily vlog, it's I basically just want another set of creative eyes to first of all kind of look at what I'm doing and go, hey, here's X, Y, Z. I feel like you could do better. And then similarly on my Instagram, I basically want that same kind of creative feedback. It's basically what I'm looking for. So probably what the best way to do it would be is first we can, like if we pick a day, we block off most of the day. We sit down for an hour to kind of look through some of the stuff I have been doing. You can start to see what I'm doing well, what you think I can improve on. Then I can actually take you through kind of what I'm doing when I'm vlogging throughout the day. And you can kind of watch me throughout the day and go, hey, you're doing X, have you thought about doing Y? And then what we could do is when we sit down, then we can sit down to edit, and I can show you what I do to edit, and you can show me some things to go, hey, have you thought about doing blah, 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 blah. I don't know what you'd come up with, I have no idea what you would. but I feel like, and maybe I'm wrong, but kind of where my head is at, is I feel like if you see what I'm doing, it may or may not give you some ideas on what I could be doing differently. One thing I do a lot of, whether it be like with like languages, whether it be like not language related, whatever it is, one thing I'm consistently doing is changing my mind on things and testing new things. And I feel that often this is not the best thing, but I think more often than not, in my perspective, it tends to work out quite well, and it works. So for example, like you guys saw that call where I was talking with a videographer and editor, because I just want to improve a lot of my vlogs. I want to improve some of my content. I want to improve some of the creative aspects behind it, because I know right now I feel like it's getting stale, and I haven't really switched it up and really improved that recently. So pushing to improve that, and even with my languages, I'm always trying to switch things up, try new things, teach differently, like always changing, always adapting. I feel like it's a good thing to be doing. You know, whether it be languages, whether it be not language related, whether it be not language related or language related, just good idea. Switch it up, try changing it.